On this episode, Oval Office hostilities, UN neutral on Ukraine, and dark matter test.
West Coast Milblogger, with the latest news and conflicts around the world, shaping your reality.
Welcome to this week's edition of West Coast Milblogger. I'm your host, Cyrus Emerson. From A to Z has been working on the new Pandemic Manifesto playlist with new tag already posted on YouTube. You can watch it at the end of this video. It's Burrow Descent's replacement. We've been sharing West Coast Milblogger YouTube channel updates on this show. Friday Refrain playlist now finding a lot of success as DJ Moan Eek A leads our new flagship show. Now, to the biggest news of the week. Trump and Zelensky unhinged in the Oval Office after a visit from France's president, who interrupted Trump in the Oval Office to present his own numbers. These two dust-ups heralding seismic foreign policy shifts in the making. Todd Cortez in Alaska with Iran's take on this latest row.
Reporter Todd Cortez, Juneau, Alaska. IRGC General reacts to Trump's hostile meeting with Zelensky. This story by Tasnim News Agency originally appeared on their website March 1st, 2025. This story has been edited. The commander of the Islamic Revolution Guards Corps Navy described the U.S. president's treatment of his Ukrainian counterpart at the White House. Rear Admiral Alireza Tangsiri said on Saturday, "Whoever relies upon a power other than God, the result will be obvious, an example of which is Ukraine." IRGC Navy chief also referred to the example of Iraq, noting the U.S. already proved its presence in Iraq did not bring about development in the Arab country. When Trump holds such a view about a half-European country, Ukraine, then it is obvious what his behavior towards Muslim countries will be like, the commander said. The general further emphasized that Iran needs to stand on its own feet to settle the economic problems. Zelensky's meeting with Trump in Washington, D.C. ended abruptly after the two leaders clashed in a heated exchange over Russia's war against Kiev. At the Oval Office on Friday, Trump and his Vice President J.D. Vance berated Zelensky for being disrespectful and not thanking the U.S. enough for its support. As the Ukrainian president left the White House shortly after the verbal match, Trump took to the Truth social media app, which he owns, to write that Zelensky was not ready for peace if America is involved. Creative Commons License 4.0.
Thanks, Todd. Remember, Iranian drones sold to Russia attack Ukrainians almost every night. As this war continues on the European continent, we are now seeing a drastic change in America's approach because of a new administration in Washington, D.C. Trump, Vance, and Musk all want citizens to trust them as they take control of the federal government, hoping to reshape it into a Fortune 500. Now, Butch Brando highlighting this new approach on the war's anniversary.
Reporter Butch Brando, Hagatna, Guam. United Nations Security Council adopts neutral Ukraine resolution, put forward by United States. This story by Medusa originally appeared on their website February 24, 2025, and remains as written. The United Nations Security Council has approved a neutral resolution on Ukraine, introduced by the United States, in a vote held on February 24, the third anniversary of Russia's full-scale invasion. The resolution passed with 10 votes in favor, while the United Kingdom, France, Denmark, Greece, and Slovenia abstained. None of the 15 Security Council members opposed it. The United States presented the same text earlier at the United Nations General Assembly. There, European nations proposed amendments condemning Russian aggression. At the Security Council, however, all 5 proposed amendments failed, either because they did not secure enough support or were vetoed by Russia. The U.S. representative at the Security Council described the resolution as a symbolic, simple first step towards peace. The British representative, explaining her abstention, said there could be no equivalence between Russia and Ukraine in how this council refers to this war. She added that it was Moscow that chose to start this war and that the Security Council must be clear on this. Russia's representative called the resolution a common-sense initiative and said it reflected the Trump administration's desire to really contribute to peace. He claimed that the only player internationally which wants the war to continue was the militarizing Europe. At the conclusion of the session, the Security Council called for a swift end to the conflict and urged a lasting peace between Ukraine and the Russian Federation. Earlier, the UN General Assembly voted on 2 resolutions concerning Ukraine, one introduced by Ukraine with European Union support, and another proposed by the United States. The US resolution did not explicitly condemn Russia or label it as the aggressor. After discussions with European countries, 3 amendments were adopted, replacing the term conflict with full-scale invasion, reaffirming the UN's commitment to Ukraine's sovereignty, independence, unity and territorial integrity, and expanding the wording on lasting peace between Russia and Ukraine. The General Assembly ultimately adopted both resolutions. Open access granted by Medusa on war-related content.
Appreciate it, Butch. We're hearing Canada is going to start supplying Europe while the US isolates before a possible mega deal with the Russians. China's friendship could turn betrayal as this global political soap opera develops. Next, a story uniting Earth's community. Firefly Aerospace Blue Ghost just successfully landed on the moon. Mankind strives to build a commercial space industry, adding value to current stock offerings. Yet the secret to understanding relativity in relation to quantum scales could be near. Amelia Fox in Washington State with advancements in size theory.
Reporter Amelia Fox, Olympia, Washington.
Hello, Cyrus. Dark matter test. As West Coast Milblogger has reported before, from A to Z scientists are making breakthroughs at CERN. This time, they're developing a dark matter test to unify the theory of relativity and quantum mechanics. The test aims to prove size theory. Imagine dark matter and dark energy as water filling a cube. Only this cube is being shaken and turned while spinning. While the water in the cube looks stable from the outside, internally the water is turbulent. By recording the quantum state of this turbulence from A to Z, scientists hope to find correlations illustrating how the cosmic web of the universe works at a larger scale. Size theory tells us moons, planets, stars, and galaxies seen in telescopes can also be seen in a microscope as molecules, atoms, neutrons, protons, and electrons. While the specific connection between the theory of relativity and quantum mechanics continues to elude modern observations, it can now be tested. This can be done, as mentioned above, by observing quantum mechanics from inside a cube of water that's moving. We're going to continue following this story. Keep watching this YouTube channel as we share developments to unlocking the secrets of the universe. Cyrus.
Mind-expanding information there, Amelia. This has been a pursuit of From A to Z's founder, Henry Bear, for many years. Rumors of his death? Fake news. Looking at Doge Live Tracker now, America has saved more than $55 billion. That's almost $367 per taxpayer. Musk explained some of the initiatives on Joe Rogan's podcast as eliminating waste. For example, forgetting to cancel gym memberships as opposed to fraud. There's a lot more work to be done here. We hope you enjoyed this episode of West Coast Milblogger. Remember to subscribe, like, and share on the many platforms the show is now available on. Keep it safe out there. Next up, the first episode of Pandemic Manifesto, Wednesday at noon right here on @West Coast Milblogger.